Trump breaking news. Fundraising efforts for Trump to go toward legal fees. An NBC News acquisition of a donation contribution form indicates that a part of the funds allocated to the recently established Trump 47 Joint Fundraising Committee will end up in the Save America Political Action Committee, which frequently handles the legal expenses of former President Donald Trump. This action goes against the grain of how most campaigns receive financial support. Donations normally go to candidates' campaigns, the national party, and state parties through joint fundraising committees before the general election, rather than leadership PACs. If a contributor reaches the annual campaign contribution cap, their contributions to Trump 47 will go to the Trump campaign. After that, they will be able to transfer their funds to the Save America PAC. The Republican National Committee will get contributions when the campaign and the Save America PAC have reached their respective donation limits, and then individual state Republican parties will get their share. A leadership PAC can only accept $5,000 per year in contributions. Because of the contribution cap, more of the money from smaller donors would go toward legal expenses rather than the Republican National Committee, while a smaller portion of the money from larger donors would go toward legal expenses. Save America also funds a highly active and vigorous post-presidency office and other diverse expenses not related to combating the criminal witch hunts led by crooked Joe Biden, stated Stephen Chung, director of communications for Trump's campaign. The Trump 47 committee ultimately receives the overwhelming bulk of monies generated through the Trump campaign, the RNC, and state GOP parties, he noted, adding that Save America only receives a small fraction of an individual donor's aggregate maximum contribution. With 4 separate criminal accusations against him, Trump is allegedly involved in a conspiracy to defraud the United States by tampering with the 2020 presidential election results, mishandling confidential data, and falsifying company records pertaining to hush money payments. In every case, Trump has entered a not guilty plea. A multitude of civil legal matters also confront him. In addition to the $464 million fraud verdict against him and his business, Trump was also sentenced to pay Jean Carroll $83 million in defamation penalties. The bail amount for the civil fraud penalty against Trump is nearly $500 million, but Trump's lawyers have said that getting the money by next week's deadline is a practical impossibility. According to documents made public on Wednesday, the campaign and joint fundraising committee of former President Trump raised slightly over $20 million in February. Last month, Trump's joint fundraising committee and his 2024 campaign each received about $10.9 million. As of March, his business had a total of around $42 million in the bank. There was a small increase from January to the current totals, but with fewer than 8 months to go until the election, Trump's campaign is significantly behind President Biden's in terms of both fundraising and cash on hand. With almost $53 million coming in throughout the month of February, the Biden campaign had $155 million in the bank as of the beginning of March. Last week, the president attended many West Coast high-dollar fundraisers. Next week, he and former Presidents Obama and Clinton will attend yet another big event in New York City. The Republican National Committee revealed on Wednesday that it has approximately $11 million in cash on hand at the end of February. This might mean more money for Trump's campaign when he merges with the RNC. Trump became the GOP's presumptive nominee earlier this month. The former president is facing 4 different criminal prosecutions, and he has been spending all of his money on legal bills. Additionally, he has a $454 million judgment due soon after a New York judge found him guilty of fraud and conspiring to overstate his assets for insurance and tax purposes. At Wednesday's rate of interest accrual, an extra $112,000 for every day that Trump fails to make payment, the ex-president owes the state approximately $457 million. About Trump's February fundraising haul, Fox News was the first to report.